Excerpts from the Quartinian by Benedict Ashman. Chapter 3, Clinging to Order. When the Empire fell, our tribes splintered, fleeing into the mountains in a bid to outrun the dead legacy of the Durek. We clung desperately to the tenets of our angels, to their teachings and hymns, to the promises made flesh in the Holy Codex. We sought to replant the seed sown by the divine.
You don't look like Preordained. Mitharan Chaos cults. Listen, I've come across a few items that may be worth something to a person. Hope you change your mind.
Him. Haven't you done enough? I'd take a blade to every one of you, but it wouldn't do any good. Not with your protection. You disgust me. If only that were true, it shouldn't surprise me at all. The Preordained would kill anyone. Even a sweet old crafter like him. Not like you've ever needed a reason to murder. Bloody animals. Are you playing ignorant with me? My master, Calan Mcleod, the man inside on the floor, he was killed. By your people. Never harmed a soul, that man. He was a teacher. A craftsman, and like a father to me. Sadly, I do. Your brothers and sisters have terrorized our city for months, kidnapping mages, killing scholars. It's a wonder we can still get through our days with any dignity. Well, you don't look like one of them. You lack the sign of Fateful. The scar marking each convert. Perhaps I should believe you. Trust? Imagine that in Crownhold. Tell me, stranger, what do you see when you look inside our workshop? What does Master McLeod reveal to us from beyond the grave? Good riddance. What do you want? Yes. Let me see that. Do you know what this is? These scratches, this script. It's old Mitharan. No one has used this language in over 500 years. What was the Master doing with these writings? Our ancestors recorded everything. With the Arathi gone, They had no choice but to cling to what they'd learned. Some of the world's most precious knowledge is encoded in this language. It's very possible. Pages like these are usually kept in the Great Library. The Preordained detest our culture, but they seek to understand it, so they can destroy it.
If Master McLeod had made a discovery, those killers would have wanted to know about it.
Unfortunately, no. There are only a few scholars with that specialized knowledge. Many of them have died or been killed in recent months. But I know one, old Tormin. He may be able to help. I can take you to him, but I can't make any promises for Tormin. He's a crazy old wizard. Bye.
What is it? I'm a very busy man. Mina? Who are you? And why are you here with my daughter? What have you done? We grew up in the university together, in Crownhold, but that was years ago. He pursued the rites of the Order of Mitharan, wished to know all the secrets. I, however, chose a different path. His flirtation with the divine, with forces beyond our control, are bound to get him into trouble. I've warned him for years. Yes, I do. There are not many of us left, I'm afraid. Scholars of our people fade away like words on a page. The messages our people sent us from the distant past must not be forgotten. Tragically, few care to listen. Visits from my daughter are surprisingly rare, and usually not with the purpose of seeing me. She made her choice long ago. Chose to let our differences drive us apart. Now she only seeks my company when she has a question or when her master demands it. If only I could read Mina as easily as these old books. Interesting. May I see them? Careful now. Yes, I recognize these notes. Calan brought them to me several weeks ago. They describe a relic, a forger's instrument. Arathi smiths are legendary for their peculiar methods of crafting and shaping, but most of their tools are lost to us. This passage describes the location of one of these tools, Cynoc's eye, an enchanted gem or relic of some sort. The text describes a gateway, but I do not recognize the name. A chaos portal. The physical description could match Crow Peak. It's not far, but it is dangerous. Me? No. I swore off such games years ago. I'm an old man. I have no time for quests and relics. I tried to tell Calan the same, but did he ever listen to me? No, never. Killed? As in, murdered? How many times did I tell him to cease his futile searches, to give up searching for the wisdom of the Arathi? They left us for a reason. Mortals are wicked and undeserving. We've been left to fend for ourselves. The Preordained are only a threat if you disobey. They can be bargained with. If you intend to seek Cynoc's eye, you will need to be careful. If the Preordained are looking for these pages, they will be looking for you. I implore you, for your sake and for the sake of my daughter, give it to them. They will see reason. They will not harm you. It's the only way. Bye.
Yes. According to Master McLeod's notes, that gateway should be here. But where?
See you.
Keep looking. This has to be the place. I looked up to the old man. He was kinder and more patient than anyone I've ever met. A diamond in the rough, you might say. I took up as his apprentice 2 years ago, and I'd been nowhere without him.
The sketches seem to indicate that the enchanted relic is used in the process of sagecrafting to create a field of order magic.
I don't recognize the style, though. Probably very old. I never took to the dust of old books and scrolls. Not like my father. He wanted me to inherit the family business, but I refused. Gems speak to me. Their cut, their colour. I was more surprised than anyone. They tried to scare us, to make us fear our fates. But we're bound to one another. Cutting us loose would end in despair. They seek only power. Power through chaos. It is a beautiful combination of magic and craftsmanship. Rarely do you see such harmony. One day I will have a shop of my own. You will come see me, won't you?
Is this about the rumours? I don't want to talk about it. Wolf Godfrey was a good man. He was a wise and tender soul. And he was my friend. Telogris looks nothing like Wolf. Who has even got him close enough to see his face? To think such things is madness. Frightened people will say anything, and everyone in Mithros is frightened. Wolf is just one more good man gone missing. That's all. Bye.
How wonderful. We're all making new friends. Famous one, you are certainly finding yourself in some interesting situations. It's almost as if you're sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. Too bad you can't trust old Tormin. The old fool knows better than to lie to our Chaos Lord. Can't say the same for his daughter. He's been in our pocket since day one, fed us information, kept us informed. My guess? Well, he thought that helping the Preordained would ensure his safety, and the safety of his kid. What do you think? We do not. But do not think for a moment that we will let you have it. Cease your reckless quest, and we may let you live. Unlikely, but possible. Leave Cynoc's eye to the chaos, and go back to where you came from. I will let you walk away unharmed. You have my word. Oh, I beg to disagree. We cannot allow such a powerful artifact to fall into your hands. Ownership can be a tricky thing. Changes in the blink of an eye, in the release of an arrow, in a last breath.
Come to Dolores. Over to those savages. How could anyone do that? To keep me safe, maybe. But at what price? Did he even realize they would kill me? That he'd sealed my fate with his betrayal? I guess none of us are spared such a reckoning. How can I return to Crownhold like this? To Gale Crossing? The master dead. My father, an informant and a liar. Where is the future for me here? I must think about my next moves. My whole life has been turned upside down. It's all too much to comprehend. Dad, the Preordained, Master McLeod. You have been kind to me, stranger, and more patient than I deserve. But it's time that we parted ways. The next chapter of my life awaits, and I have a lot to think about. It's terrifying, really. You must get Cynoc's eyes someplace safe. Not a bad idea. Crownhold will need a new Sagecrafter. Though I'm a long way from becoming a master. We all start somewhere, I suppose. I can keep up the old man's legacy. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Thank you. Goodbye. Maybe our paths will cross again. Bye.
What is it? Thank Mitharan. I was beginning to worry. I couldn't bear the anguish of losing another. Not after Wolf. I heard about Calan Mcleod. It's a pity. He was a kind, gentle man, and he will be missed. So, what has he brought us? Fascinating. This instrument may be the key to unlocking chaos in sagecrafting. Use it on my altar and see what happens. Goodbye.
Magic! Tests of skill!
Greetings. Losing Mcleod was a tragedy, but his sacrifice wasn't in vain. With the ability to combine gems and chaos weapons, we can bring the fight to Telogris for the first time. But only if you're feeling ready for it. I must be honest. Your current chaos weapon won't be a match for Telogris. But there is a way to change that. It seems paradoxical, but the influence of the Chaos Realm itself is what hinders their potential. So you must find Chaos portals and close them. However, the weapons won't reach their new potential right away. You need to salvage and reforge them first. Don't worry, Chaos weapons are tough. No matter how often you salvage them, you will always retain the necessary weapons core. Travel across Amalur and close Chaos portals, and then salvage your weapons and recraft them. Only then will you possess Chaos weapons powerful enough to face Telogris, God of Chaos. If that's too much work, ask my apprentice Jock. He could certainly use the practice. Of course, you will probably achieve the best result if you do it yourself, but if you're too lazy to do your own work, that's your decision. What do you say? Care to test your mettle against my chaos beasts? They've been hungry for their chance. Goodbye. I'm here. You surprise me, Fateless One. Each time I send you into danger that would surely kill another, you emerge unscathed. Not to say I'm impressed. No. Curious is more the word. Curious how the gnome crafted such a servant. One who would do his bidding. You must know by now that our world, our lives, are shaped by conspiracies. By great figures intent on imposing their will upon us. I was there, of course. With Hughes. With Agarth. Did you think those gnomes fashioned that mad device all by themselves? There is no other Master Smith, Fateless One. Only me. I gazed down at your lifeless face and wept. Tragically, that's all you are. All you were ever meant to be. An avatar for those who are more powerful. But being a servant means you have a task. And once that task is over, freedom. You must feel it, Fateless One. The sweet hint of a life beyond this one. A life free from fighting, from running, from questing. Only when you stop doing the bidding of others will you master anything. Even now, you follow my instructions. You look to me for answers. But your time is coming. I've read it in the threads. Seen it in my own bitter end. You're right. I'm no scholar. I have no business filling your ear with nonsense. We have work to do. Our weapons will accept chaos magic now. But our bodies still wilt at its touch. You need to learn how to brew chaos potions, to allow you to control this power and how to defend against it. Unfortunately, Mithros has no master alchemist, no one to recruit for our resistance efforts. However, there is a book, old, locked away in the great library of Crownhold. It may contain the secrets we seek. Speak with Wynne Ashman. In happier times, she curated the library's rare collections. Goodbye.